Okay guys, today I'm just going to show you how to basically format your videos so you can use them on the factory unit from the Toyota 86. I'm not sure if it's exactly the same for the BRZ, but I assume so. Now this is for the 2013 version, the GTS spec. Obviously this came with a screen, and obviously this is 8-year-old technology now, but for us second-hand owners of these cars now, we still want to play a video on there if we can. So the problem is that 8-year-old technology is usually, well, from what I've understood, is 720p, and if you try to play modern videos, you'll see that the video is not supported message. So what we're going to do, or what we need first, is a USB stick, okay, and a program that can actually convert files. So what we're actually do is making the files obviously less high quality fidelity. So what we're going to need, what I'm going to use, is this one here. It's called Format Factory. It's a free download on the internet, okay, because my budget is 0. Alright, so we just click on this and open it. Okay, now this is my previous BRZ footage that I did on the channel there, that you can see there. This was filmed in 1080p, so all we have to do is drag it across. Okay, I like to use AVI files. MP4 is probably better for most people, but from the instruction manual or the owner's manual, MP4, MKV, they're all supported as long as they're in the right resolution. So I just use AVI out of force of habit, everything I have. Now this also works for movies for any length. Okay, I've got a bunch of those, but I can't show you those for copyright, obviously, issues on YouTube. So I'm going to use my own. And again, mine is 1080p. So we're going to press OK. But before we do, you'll see here I've already got the setting. Okay, and I've chosen low quality and size. Okay, this is important, and I've tried bunches of videos in different formats and they all work with this. So low quality and size, we press OK. Alright, press OK here, we're in AVI, and then start. Okay, it won't take long because we're actually downgrading the quality, not upgrading. Alright, so this shouldn't take too long. Okay, so now that the file is finished, it's rendered. Okay, this is the one here that we have. This is the new one. If we look at the file, it'll be much smaller. It's 53.4 megabyte as opposed to the original file, which was 795. Okay, so it took literally a couple of minutes. So now, if you're going to do other movies that you're converting, please remember to turn it back to high quality and fidelity. So we're going to delete this now that it's ready. I've already saved this previously, so we can delete that as well. Next, what you need to do is put it on your USB stick. Wait for that to load. So drag across the movie or video that you want to play. Let that load on. Okay, and disconnect. So we're going to disconnect this one here. Safe to remove. Okay, now we'll go out to the car and plug it into the head unit. Okay, while we're here, I'm doing a parts update in this video as well, and this is the positive terminal cover that's supposed to come with these cars factory. Mine was missing. This came from Kittle Toyota, thank you very much. And it's just as simple as clipping on here, I suppose. There's a couple of, you can see here, fuses that this covers. I really wanted to put this back to give the factory look, so I'm guessing it just clips on. Like so. It's quite a close fit there, so it shouldn't be shaking or moving around. Okay. So when we're removing our terminals, when we're doing the console and the dash, I'll do that at a later date. This week's going to be very hot. We'll be disconnecting the negative terminal so the airbags don't go off. Okay, so let's continue with the USB stick. Okay guys, so now we're in the car. We've got our head unit here. Okay, I tried to do it with more lighting, but it was reflecting off the screen, so it'll be visible once we turn the car on. So push button start. one push. We get the head unit to start up here. Okay, put your USB in the USB slot. Wait for it to register. That's just my iPod connecting via Bluetooth. We're going to stop that. Pause. You see the USB is now highlighted. Click on that. And generally it'll select the video straight away if it can. You can see it's already started playing, so we just press this to make it bigger. And there you go, you've got a video playing on your factory head unit. So this is basically 720p on your computer, which is now 1080p, or if you're rich, maybe a 4K. But the resolution plays quite fine on this screen here, obviously, which is what it's designed for. Widescreen movies will go right to the edge. Old TV movies, which I've messed around with, will have the, I think it's 4:9 aspect ratio, so that will change around by itself. Yeah, but that's how we get videos playing on our factory headsets, guys. Thank you very much. If you want to stop that, I always pop up at the top here, just so you're not putting fingerprints all over the center of the screen. So up the top, press pause, and yeah, just eject it like that. So we'll just pause that. That's my iPod there. Okay, so yeah, have some fun making videos and putting them on your factory head unit there. Thanks very much, guys. Appreciate it. Cheers. Hey guys, well, I mentioned in a video previously that I was waiting on some parts for arrive, and thanks to Kittle Toyota, they are here. So I just thought I'd show these before we go put them in. So the battery terminal cover that I was missing, that's come in, and that's the part number here. I saw this online, but I just couldn't confirm if it was the same as the BRZ or the Toyota 86. There was a bunch of them on eBay, but I'd rather make sure, so I took it down with my exact VIN number just to make sure that everything worked or was compatible. So it's a good feeling. I'm finally glad that this is here. I'll show you, well, basically it just clips on, it won't be surprising, but I need to unhook the battery for the next step, so we'll put that on when I do that. That'll probably tomorrow. It's getting a bit late now. The light's getting too low, unfortunately. So yeah, it's just a very simple clip. It was just irritating me that it was missing off the car. So that's everything in the engine bay that was stock. That's back now, which is a good feeling. Okay, and the other two things which are quite important, I think I mentioned again in a previous video that this is the power outlet that is in the center console, and mine is completely rusted out, and if you're putting power through stuff, that's not a good thing to have. So this is the assembly. Okay, and this is what we'll be doing. Well, I'll do it tomorrow now. Hopefully I can get up early enough and we have good light. It's going to be a bit warm, but we'll get it done then. Okay, but we was also missing the cap. It was also broken, so I've got that as well. It's got the little pin in here. I'm not quite sure how it fits, but we'll figure that out tomorrow, and that's the number for that part. I could not find anyone online taking this off, so it's good, I guess, that I'm making this video. Okay guys, that's the number for that one. It's a good idea to keep all these if you do get them, keep them on file in case you need it for in future reference. Okay. And the good news, well, these I had to wait about 3 weeks. They had to come from Japan. Okay. But the next part was actually an overnighter from Melbourne, which was good to see. This is the actual front grille with no holes. If you saw one of my later or earlier videos, sorry, that yeah, there was 2 holes drilled in and then 3 holes drilled on another side for a splitter. It was completely off and looked terrible, so this is all completely new. I was going to get one from Aearonjer that you've heard me say continuously, but it was literally $5 difference between a second-hand one and a new one. I think this was $102, so why not get the new one, right? So I'll just open these up, let's all have a look at it, and then tomorrow we'll get the power socket fit. This is a reasonably big job. I need to take off the front bar by the look of it, and that's probably going to need a hand, and I've got some ideas later on, so I'm not quite sure when this is going to be fitted. Alright, so let's open it up and have a good look. It's nice that this is red too, kind of matches the red and black theme that I had going through the car and the silver. So I'll just cut this open and have a look. I think I've already mentioned it, but this was from Kittle Toyota in Adelaide, so big thanks to them. Very friendly. Let's get this off. Cool, that's the battery cap. New, very good feeling. Look at that, beautiful. I'm pretty sure it just clicks on. I was worried because there's actual fuses that this cap covers, so I'd like to have this, which I do now. Alright, so that's that one. Next is the, I actually call it socket assembly. Having the VIN number was a huge help, so let's just open that up. Especially, again, like I said, if there's power going through it, you want it all brand new and no problems. So it's nice looking, so let's just open this up. Cut these labels off a little bit nicer later on so I can put them on file. It's quite hefty. Yes, there's two sockets here. Hopefully I'll remember how they go, or there's an easy way to tell. So a good idea is to take a picture before you disassemble anything if you can, so you remember how to put it back on later, which if you saw my LED sunglasses video, that's what I did as well. It's before I pulled it apart. So that's that. Okay. And the cap, which is the first time I'm seeing it because mine, as I've said, was missing. I probably won't be using this, but it's just peace of mind that it's all back to stock and everything's there that was missing, so it's good to know. I'm a little bit OCD about these things, as you probably already guessed. I thought it had white writing on it. Maybe that was from different models from overseas. Again, this is an Australian Toyota 86 GTS trim. This way. Okay, and there it is. I tried looking for this online, but again, I couldn't get a straight answer on anything as to which exact cap this was. So yeah, heading down to the dealership, we found out straight away. Don't know if the light's showing that up. This pops open. There's a little pin in there too that we can't quite see, I guess. It actually fits kind of upside down. Yeah, it fits in this way, and I'm guessing, I'm not quite sure how this fits. We'll figure this out when we take the console out. I'm guessing the slides inside maybe, or maybe over the outside. So there's a couple of locking pins here and here. I don't want to force it in yet until it's actually in. Alright guys, that's that. So let's have a quick look at the grille. Great, these parts are so much cheaper. Again, my NSX was basically 3 times the price for anything that you wanted to do, so it's a nice feeling that these parts are so much cheaper. Cheaper might be the wrong word, but yeah, easier to replace. People have replaced these with mesh, but I like the little T design that ties into the history of the 2000 GT, so I'm going to keep this one. And there we have it. So I didn't realise there's actually some screws attached to this too. It seems to be a basic clip-on. There's a couple of screws that you don't get here. Turn it over. Okay, interesting. So it has some pilot holes, if you can see here, for the bottom of the license plate. And there's one here, but I won't be drilling new ones. They'll be left as is. I don't really want to mess with this. But I do have a C West license bracket, so I might have to cut from here and come across, so the bracket can actually slip under the bumper bar. But we'll see what happens with that. It's just good to have something that's not damaged at all. So, great condition. Alright, so next we'll be doing the socket, so yeah, that'll be tomorrow sometime. So hopefully it all goes well. We'll catch you then. Thanks guys.